Hello and welcome to Challenger Virtual Season 6, Round 6. We're back after a lengthened mid-season break. And it's time for Vallelunga, the Italian C-Prix, the debut of Vallelunga in Challenger Virtual. And, well, it'll be very interesting to see how our drivers cope with the circuit. Let's take a look at the upgrades while the drivers do pre-qualifying. Here are the upgrades ahead of round 6, and we've got a grip and a turbo upgrade for Call Sforza, a grip upgrade for Audi Sport Virtual. We've got a speed upgrade for HRT, a speed and an acceleration upgrade for Danube Flow, and a acceleration and grip. Wait, I think I've got the wrong upgrades. My condolences. Here we go, the correct upgrades. It's a speed upgrade for Call Forza. It's a grip upgrade for Audi Sport Virtual. It's a speed upgrade for Polish NRT Orlen. It's speed upgrades for Russell British Racing and NASA Lunar Racing, and a triple grip upgrade for Flying Fox. Best car on the grid is Audi Sport Virtual, followed by Call Forza, as it has been all season. Third best is now Russell British Racing, fourth best Dan Plo, fifth best Matesa, sixth best joint are Polish NRT and HRT. 8th best is NASA Lunar Racing, and joint worst are Call Forza and Flying Fox. So that is the upgrades, and let's get into the qualifying. Here we go, 3 minutes. This is the fastest time you can. No collisions, no rain, no tire wear, no nothing that can stop you from setting that time. No excuses here. Apart from car performance and tokens. Speaking of tokens, let's take a look at the token spend today. 4 tokens comes from Juan of NASA Luna, 3 tokens from his teammate Fabio, as well as R&D Andrian from Flying Fox, and Mr. Cyril 6 of HRT, and Iceberg of Audi Sport Virtual. 2 tokens from Kraft, 2 tokens from Butterlord, and 1 token each from Ricky Boy 12 and Pumpkin. That is your token spend. That looks to be 9 token spenders here today. Guaranteed at least 1 tokenless point scorer, if not more. Butter, currently after the first lap on pole position, but of course, first lap is very unrepresentative. Let's see how the drivers stack up on the second lap. And it's Mr. 06 on provisional pole. And it's all over the place, in fact, but Mr. 06 on provisional pole right now. Juan provisionally on the front row. He's the only 4 token spender here today. The favourite to win the race if Iceberg didn't exist, but Iceberg exists. And he is only in 11th. Struggling, looks like. 3 tokens in the easily the best car. And he is getting beaten by his teammate. Maybe that's just a stroke of bad luck. Let's see his lap time as he crosses the line. Only 12th. What is happening to him? Fabio is up into 3rd now. G4, tokenless in 4th. Polish NRT Orlen with that new speed upgrade, but still G4 4th. He's really shown his qualifying skills time and time again. Pole position in Monaco. Barlord in 5th. Kraft in 6th. R&D Andrian in 7th. Pumpkin in 8th currently. Kader and Skip 9th and 10th tokenless. Great stuff from them. Now across the line, will we be seeing Iceberg up? No, he's at 33.30. What is happening? G4 on provisional pole, tokenless. What is happening in Vallelunga? The Audi Sport Virtuals are 13th and 14th. A tokenless Polish NRT is on provisional pole. We've got only half a minute left. Only a lap after this one. This one ends and we've got one more lap after that. And Mr. 06 goes on provisional pole. Aaron DeAndrian up to 6th. He improves. Iceberg finally up here onto the front row. 31.10. What a lap from Iceberg. Will Mr. 06 be able to take that pole position final lap now as he goes through the difficult hairpins here in Vallelunga? And Iceberg is having finally switched on that pace. He had to acclimate to the track. Mr. 06 does not improve. Iceberg improves, but it's only enough for the front row. Aaron DeAndrian up to 4th. Juan only 5th with 4 tokens. Barlord, who started off near the top 5's, down in 9th. Let's take a look at the full qualifying results. Mr. 06 starts from pole position. Iceberg starts on the front row. He is the favourite to win this here race, but will we see someone else taken by surprise? G4 starting from 3rd, tokenless. Let me put up the tokens and upgrades here. Starting from 3rd, tokenless. Aaron DeAndrian starting from 4th, 1, and Fabio lockout row 3 for NASA Luna. Pumpkin starts from 7th with 1 token. Cadder from 8th, tokenless. Butterlord from 9th with 2 tokens. Ricky Boy 12 from 10th with 1 token. 11th starts Kraft with 2 tokens. Carlos Forza still on their not so great season. Nandy tokenless all the way up in 12th. Fast Juicer in 13th. Priya in 14th. Julo in 15th. Skip in 16th. Charge GT, Guetzley Boy, Stefano Masker Bravas. All of these tokenless. So it's Mr. 06 from pole who will take the victory at Vallelunga. Lots of free token spenders. Juan, the only 4 token spender, but also Iceberg in that amazing Audi Sport Virtual car. Can he take and get Can he take the win and get Audi Sport Virtual? 5 out of 6 wins. We'll have to find out. Let's get straight into it. 33 laps for the Italian C-Prix. Let's go. Here we go. Oh, here we go. 5 lights and away we go. Iceberg starting on the mediums. Mr. 06 on the softs. We've got Aaron DeAndrian and Juan getting past G4 there. Aaron succeeds. Juan and not so much yet. But there he's past him as well. Mr. 06 still leading here. Iceberg looking for a move on him. Barlord is up to 7th from 9th now. And we've got Fabio, we've got G4 losing positions rapidly. He is tokenless after all, but he forces Barlord out into the gravel. Kraft also squeezed out there by looks like it was Kader and Ricky Boy 12. I'm not sure, but Aaron DeAndrian is now past Iceberg. They're spending the same amount of tokens at 3. But Iceberg's got those mediums that puts them at disadvantage. Juan is past Iceberg now as well. And we've got Fabio right behind them. Fabio looking for a move on the inside, can't force it. Butterlord is looking for a move on Fabio in turn and a counter move. And there he goes around the outside. Butterlord is up into 5th. He's having a pretty good start on the inside of Iceberg, but he just can't keep that traction. And he still overtakes. No, he still hasn't. Now he overtakes Iceberg for 4th position. He's had a great start on the soft tires, but he is still behind his fellow soft runners. It's only the medium runners that he's beaten here, and he's definitely got the least tokens out of anyone in the top 6. Kraft, meanwhile, started in the hards, but he's already up to 7th, and he's holding this position down. Stuff for him as it's Mr. 06 still leading the race, but Andrian is right behind him looking for a move through the first turn, and there he goes, Andrian into the leader race. Juan has the fastest lap, but he's still only down in 3rd looking for a move on Mr. 06 now. Iceberg is now right back past Bartlord, and so is Fabio. Bartlord down into 6th position. Kraft is holding down 7th. G4 still tokenless, but in 8th position. Pumpkin in 9th and Skip in 10th. Andrian leading us off here. Is that a fast lap? No, but it's very close. 31.75, not too bad. Juan also a fast lap here, but Mr. 06 retakes the lead of the race in Vallelunga. Iceberg and Fabio now catching up to the back of Juan. It doesn't look like the softs last for too long here. They're already struggling to some extent. Especially through those tight hairpins here, 1 and 2. Often a struggle. And Iceberg looking for a move on Juan. Relents a bit through that final turn, but now he's gone through into third place. Juan's overtaken by Fabio as well. Barlord in 6th. Those softs really wearing out now. Adrian's already into the pits. Mr. 06 with a new fast lap at 31.25. Adrian comes out onto fresh medium tires. He's the first one to pit, the only one to pit. Looking for an undercut maneuver, perhaps Mr. 06 already making a mistake here due to the worn tires. So is Juan, but he's still fighting Iceberg for second here. And holding him back, Mr. 06 is in, Juan is in, Iceberg inherits the lead of the race. Fabio in second right behind him, but those mediums are going to have to be exchanged soon as well. Adrian exits out ahead of Juan, but behind Mr. 06, the undercut did not quite work for him. He's on the mediums against their hards. Bartlord also went onto the hard tires. And it's Fabio now in the race lead. He's gone past Iceberg Kraft, holding quite close behind them on the hard tires. Fabio is still out. Iceberg is into the pits. Kraft is out. Fabio in the lead of the race at the current moment. Some rain would really help those two out. Iceberg onto the soft tires, and he exits out in 6th position. So he's overtaken by basically everyone else. Juan closing down on Mr. 06 here on the hard tires quite rapidly. Through the hairpins they go. Juan forced into the grass on the inside, hits that wall, and he loses some time to Mr. 06. It's Fabio still in the lead of the race, holding out on those mediums. R&D Engine looking for a move on Mr. 06 for 4th position. Doesn't manage to do so. Juan has gone past him for 3rd. Adrian once again just looking for a move there, peripherally. Iceberg right behind him on those soft tires looks to have been unable to quite get them to show their pace as Fabio and Kraft now exit out onto hard tires behind the top 4. And we're going to have a rain right now. That is very unlucky for Fabio and Kraft. Very lucky for Stefano, who has yet to pit, and the Guetsley boy, who both have yet to pit onto a new set of tires. And so they are going to gain some positions here. Mr. 06 now into the pits. Juan in 2nd, Iceberg in 3rd. Those softs haven't lasted for long, but they've gained him some time, and it's going to be heavy rain. R&D Engine, the right choice, so is Fabio and Bartlord, all onto the wet weather tires, as opposed to the Inters that the majority of the grid had taken. But it's Mr. 06 out in the lead of the race. He started from pole position, and he's looking quite strong here in Vallelunga. Got Juan, followed by Iceberg, Adrian in 4th, Fabio in 5th on those wets. Adrian also on the wets, Kraft in 6th, Barlord in 7th, a little bit away from them as he struggles to lap Nandi. Let's see, R&D Engine behind Fabio now. What can those wet runners do? Can they catch up? Iceberg is up into 2nd now, looking to chase down Mr. 06. Juan makes a mistake. It looked like it was a mistake, and he's now got Fabio to deal with. Fabio heads the gravel. That's not great for him. And he's looking for another move on Juan, and he does it, and he's through into third place. Iceberg now up into first, ahead of Mr. 06, is now in the lead of the race, and he's hoping to that stays that way as long as possible. Juan's back ahead of Fabio, still fighting him. Looks like no team orders between them this race. Kraft up into 5th. Barlord up into 6th. Looks like something happened to Aaron the Engine, but he's overtaken Bartlord back for 6th place. And lapped Masca Bravas and Julo's looking to catch Kraft. Looks like an incident between Charge AT and Priya there. That gravel really dangerous up there. You can just get forced into it. Mr. 06 catching Iceberg rapidly now. Laps Priya. And is now on the back of Iceberg. He's next to Iceberg on the outside, and he makes the move before the turn, and he's back in the lead of the race. Mr. 06 makes a mistake there, but he's still holding down first position. Oh, gets forced out there, and Iceberg is back through, but Mr. 06 will not let first place escape him so easily. He's back into the leader race, and what a battle we are having between these two. Juan looking for another move on Fabio for third position. Oh, but goes wide into the gravel. Mr. 06 holding down first place. Barlord now ahead of Aaron the Andrian as well. Looks like Andrian has not had the best of luck, probably forced out more than once. Barlord on the back of Kraft, also looking for a move. Iceberg is back ahead of Mr. 06. Juan closing down on them, in fact. Got Barlord here chasing down Kraft, but the enters are starting to get much better now. You can see Fabio getting worse, Barlord as well. Mr. 06 makes a mistake through that turn, doesn't take it quite optimally, and that's lost him quite a chunk of time to Iceberg. Juan now catching up to Mr. 06. He's looking for that second place. Loses some time through the same corner that Mr. 06 lost time to Iceberg on. Iceberg just effortlessly running away now as the track is fully dry and they're in for dry tires. Juan is right on the back of Mr. 06. Iceberg has pitted out onto hards, so has Mr. 06. Juan is onto the hards. Fabio is onto the mediums. Can the hards last until the end of the race, or will they pit again for possibly a soft tire compound? We'll have to see. Juan is through into second place. Fabio close behind on the medium tires. Kraft has picked the softs. Bartlord is on the hards, and he's got Andrian chasing him down. Andrian on the soft tires and 7th. Ricky Boy 12 and 8th. Would this be his first points, or has he already scored points? I believe he has scored points already. But he's got Pumpkin in 9th and Stefano in 10th. Great stuff from Dan and Flo. Yeah, Ricky Boy 12 already with 8. It's Andrian, the last driver remaining to not have scored any points so far this season, and that's looking to change today as he's up in 7th place. Iceberg leading the race away. Juan only a second behind him, just looking to get that pace to chase him down, and he's looking to close down on him. He's got Stefano in the way, wiggles around, squeezes through, overtakes Juan into the lead of the race now. Hasn't been in the lead, I think not even at all so far this race, but now 2/3 of the way through he's finally gotten into the race lead, and Iceberg has lost some time battling that lapped traffic, but he's now chasing him back down. Mr. 06 out of the traffic emerges as well, right behind Iceberg. It's going to be a freeway fight. Fabio holding down 4th, Kraft 5th, Barlord 6th, Aaron DeAndrian 7th, Ricky Boy 12th and 8th. Pumpkin in 9th, Stefano in 10th, just holding on ahead of Skip and a G4 let 4. Mr. 06 is agonizingly close to Iceberg here. Iceberg deploys that boost. Juan's got more remaining. It's just a matter of when he will use that boost. He decides to use it now. It doesn't have too much effect. Decides to use some more. Oh, smoothly gets past Nandy, who made a mistake. Doesn't get slowed down by him. Iceberg forced wide by Nandy, and Juan gains a lot of time thanks to that. Mr. 06 behind also probably gains some time as Juan laps fast. Juicer still in a race lead here, holding out. Not much action other than this fight for the race lead. The podium setters all able to get a victory here if they play their cards right, and Fabio still able to get involved in this race in the final laps if he uses his tires right. Iceberg with a massive boost, and he's gone all the way up to behind Juan, and Juan's boost has not given him any benefit at all. In fact, Iceberg overtakes him for the race lead here, and Iceberg is back into the race lead. That Audi Sport Virtual boost just incredibly effective. Mr. 06 now really losing both of them as he's got Fabio catching up rapidly to the back. Butterlord has gotten past Kraft into 5th position, and Kraft has to pit for a fresh set of soft tires as well. So it's a double whammy for Kraft, who's now into the pits onto a fresh set of tires. He's been beaten out by a hard tire runner, and it looks like hards are the way to go, but Kraft of course has to opt for another set of soft tires, and Aaron DeAndrian also pits for another set of soft tires, and we've got Butterlord running in 5th quite comfortably now. Iceberg is running in a race lead, but we still got Juan quite close behind him, and Mr. 06 quite close behind Juan. It's just a matter of, can they catch up to each other? Can they cause more late excitement? And Juan deploys some of his boost. He's got Iceberg in his sights on this back straight, but unable to get close enough just yet. As they go for the hairpins now, Iceberg's got Stefano ahead of him. Will he get slowed down? Does a switchback maneuver. Not Stefano, sorry, it was Pumpkin. To lap Pumpkin. Juan has to go around the outside of Pumpkin. He's not got enough boost to really close down that gap. And Fabio is into the pits off the medium tires. He's going to go into the softs, and that's allowed Butterlord to get through into 4th position. But will Butterlord stay out on this hard tire compound? Will any of these drivers stay out on the hard tire compound? That is the question. Or will they rather risk softs, knowing that the hards will just deteriorate enough for it to be viable? We'll have to see here. Iceberg, Juan, Mr. 06 steering wide of that pit box. Butterlord as well, but Fabio's pretty close to him. If anything, Butterlord is the one most likely to profit if he does pit, even if he were to lose the position to Fabio. Juan just holding down that second gap between Iceberg, but Iceberg's not into the pits. Neither is Juan, neither is Mr. 06. None of them are risking it. Butterlord, this might be the final opportunity, and he's still not gone for it. Mr. 06 has really dropped off the back of Iceberg and Juan now. And Juan is starting to lose Iceberg himself 1.5 seconds. Nearly 2 seconds of gap now. Laps Charge GT and Priya, but Iceberg is starting to just not even appear in his field of vision anymore. And it's the penultimate lap of the race now. Borlord holding now on those hard tyres. Fabio 2.5 seconds behind him. Aaron DeAndrian has beaten Kraft for 6th position. It's another miserable Collis Forza performance, unfortunately. 2 tokens just for 6 points will not cut it. Not even 8 points for 2 tokens will cut it, but it's the best that they can get now. And we're going to have rain in the very final lap. Will this affect the runners? Iceberg is 2 seconds ahead of Juan now, and he looks near destined to get this race victory. And the rain is only now hitting the track. And it's too little, too late. Iceberg wins the Italian C-Prix. Juan in second. Mr. 06 finishes on the podium. Borlord very close between him and Fabio in the end, but he manages to get 4th out of nowhere. Fabio in 5th position. 6th goes to Kraft, who beats out Aaron DeAndrian at the end there on not fresher tires, so I don't know why. Aaron DeAndrian in 7th place. Ricky Boy 12 will come home in 8th to get some extra points for Polish NRT Orlen. Pumpkin to finish in 9th. And Stefano Tokenless to finish in 10th place. Skip finishes 11th, G4 12th, Priya will finish 13th. Beaten out on tokenless performances by Stefano, Skip and G4. It's very interesting what will happen to the Audisport Virtuals. They are very close to running out of tokens. Charge T 14th, Catter 15th, Gletsley Boys 16th, Mascabreva 17th, Fast Juicer 18th, Julo 19th, and Hnandi 20th. A very bad race for the KRT's tokenless. And Iceberg wins its 5 out of 6 victories for Audisport Virtual as they look to try and get promotion secured as early as possible. We'll see you next time for round 7, which will take place somewhere for sure. Let me check. At Palanga for the Lithuanian C-Prix for the funny race. We'll see you then.